Now listen, because this one right here might be the loudest Braxton rumor we've had in years. Social media is cutting up, fans are messy, and the streets are saying Toni Braxton is not happy, allegedly going full meltdown mode, after Tamar was supposedly seen getting too comfortable with someone Toni once loved deeply, Birdman. Toni and Birdman's history is public: the romance, the engagement rumors, the heartbreak. We all saw it unfold like a movie. But when Tamar's name got attached to Birdman, baby, the internet said Toni lost her calm real quick. Whether it's truth, misunderstanding, or pure fan-made chaos, the tension feels real. And when Braxton blood heats up, it never stays quiet. This might just be the beginning of another family storm. Grab your tea, because this one is messy, emotional, and dangerously personal. The Braxton family has lived their lives under bright lights and bigger shadows. Love, fame, heartbreak, comebacks, we've seen it all. But nothing shakes a family harder than romance crossing bloodlines. So when Tamar's name started circulating next to Birdman, fans didn't whisper, they screamed. It began like all scandals begin: a comment here, a blurry sighting there, a TikTok claiming Tamar and Birdman were spotted at the same venue, too close for comfort. No confirmation, no receipts, just smoke. But with the Braxtons, smoke always looks like fire, especially when the name attached is someone Toni once loved. To understand the tension, you have to remember the history. Toni and Birdman weren't a fling, they were a whole storyline. He was the quiet storm behind her smile, she was his elegant softness. They announced love publicly, held hands in interviews, even wore matching energy. Engagement rumors flew, wedding whispers formed, the world rooted for them. Then suddenly silence, breakup, makeup, distance. Love didn't end, it paused. So imagine fans hearing Tamar was now allegedly seen laughing with him backstage, standing too close, sharing conversation with familiarity. Again, rumors, not fact, but that's all the internet needs. One person tweets Tamar with Birdman, and the next replies Toni must be mad. By the third retweet it becomes storyline. And let's be honest, Tamar doesn't do quiet love. She's bold, flirtatious, unfiltered. Her personality alone makes rumors feel believable even if they aren't true. Fans started replaying old episodes where Tamar teased Toni about Birdman, smiling with just a hint of knowing. Clips resurfaced where Tamar said, "Birdman always been cool with the family." Cool how? Cool why? Cool in what way? The internet filled in the blanks, and suddenly the rumor had legs. Then came the alleged meltdown moment, claims online that Toni went off behind the scenes feeling betrayed. Internet said she was furious, heartbroken, embarrassed. Again, no proof, just noise, but noise spreads faster than truth, and soon people were saying Toni confronted Tamar. Fans imagined shouting, doors slamming, sisters crying. It became a movie in people's heads. Real or not, the drama felt real. Because think about it, Birdman wasn't just a boyfriend, he was emotional history. A man who held Toni during lupus battles, who supported her through bankruptcy, someone she loved deeply even if things changed. Love like that doesn't disappear, it settles in the heart's attic waiting for memory. And if Tamar truly stepped anywhere near that, family war. Sisters fall out over less, now add fame, pride, love, jealousy. Messy. Some fans claim Tamar was simply being Tamar, friendly, playful, dramatic, and people exaggerated. Others said Tamar might be doing it intentionally to spark headlines. Tamar knows attention, she knows how to trend, but if Toni believes Tamar crossed a boundary, a sister's heart bruises differently than a stranger's. The rumor snowballed further when someone posted that Toni unfollowed Tamar on Instagram. Was it true? Maybe, maybe not, but people screenshotted fast, whether edited or real. Internet cried betrayal. Pages posted the sisters are fighting again, and Braxton fans remembered past tension, jealousy, arguments, shade, competition. So this rumor fit their expectations. By nightfall, comments were everywhere. Tamar always wants the spotlight. Toni deserves better. Birdman is messy for entertaining this. Now ask who confirmed it, nobody. Who denied it, nobody loudly. Silence became confirmation, Toni didn't speak. Tamar didn't clarify, Birdman didn't comment. That silence made rumors feel like truth wrapped in mystery. Because when there's nothing to correct the narrative writes itself. Fans started saying Toni went berserk, meaning emotional, angry, hurt. They imagined her calling family together. They imagined Tamar walking out. Again, not verified, just storytelling from fans online. But the emotion behind the idea feels believable. Because Toni is graceful, but she's human. She has pride. She has boundaries. She knows what heartbreak tastes like. And if she believed Tamar touched a man connected to her heart history, no sister would take that lightly. Rumor now sits like thunder waiting for lightning. One move from any of them, one Instagram live, one shady lyric, one Birdman appearance, and boom, internet explosion. If part 1 was how the rumor was born, part 2 is how it grew teeth sharp enough to bite into the Braxton legacy. Because once fans smelled messy sister tension, they dragged out every past moment where Tamar and Toni's relationship looked shaky, and they replayed it like prophecy. The Braxtons are not strangers to rivalry. We've watched them clash for years, on television, in interviews, even on stage. Love is there, but so is ego, competition, spotlight hunger. So when Tamar's name slid next to Birdman's, people said, this is exactly the kind of storyline that would cause a Braxton explosion. Old clips resurfaced immediately, Toni crying about feeling unsupported, Tamar storming out of rehearsals, words like jealous, spoiled, favorite floating around. Moments where Tamar shaded Toni's tone, Toni shaded Tamar's attitude. None of this means Tamar dated Birdman, but it made the rumor believable to the public. Because history gave the rumor room to breathe. Then fans brought up the engagement rumors. Remember when Toni publicly confirmed being engaged to Birdman? They were planning a wedding, but postponed. Then things got quiet. Love didn't die, but the future faded. It left unfinished emotional business. That is where social media built chaos. People started saying Toni might not be over him. That seeing Tamar near Birdman was like a ghost returning to cut wounds open. Even if Tamar was innocent, optics alone were enough. Screenshots appeared online showing Tamar and Birdman at the same event. Could be coincidence. Standing near each other in a crowd video, no interaction shown. Tamar smiling from across the room, interpreted as flirtation. Zero proof, but the internet doesn't need proof, it needs angles. Creators zoomed in. Look, she touched his arm. She leaned in too close. He looked comfortable. Pixels turned into paragraphs. Arguments began in comment sections. Team Toni, Tamar is messy, she always wants attention. Team Tamar, Toni doesn't own Birdman forever, they're adults. Team Birdman, that man has been with half the industry. Why fight now? But the loudest group was Team Conspiracy, saying, Toni went off behind the SCNES. Storylines formed like fanfiction. People imagined Toni pulling Tamar aside backstage, voice shaking, eyes red, tone tight. Why would you do this to me? Tamar firing back with attitude, hand on hip, lashes sharp. Girl, ain't nobody checking for your ex. Birdman standing confused, stuck between sisters. A scene that never happened but feels like reality on screen. That's how imagination becomes memory. One gossip page claimed Toni threw a fit and demanded Tamar stop communicating with Birdman. No proof. Just a screenshot of a paragraph, yet people believed it instantly. Shares flew, comments boomed. Why? Because the drama makes sense emotionally, even if it isn't true factually. Toni is classy, but she's fiery under the surface. Tamar is loud but sensitive when cornered. Birdman is calm but mysterious. It's the perfect triangle for storyline. Then YouTube channels entered the battlefield. Reaction videos popped up. Toni explodes over Tamar and Birdman rumor. Tamar betrays Toni. Fans think so. Is Birdman causing sister war? Some channels even staged reenactments with voiceovers, creating scenes like a soap opera. And once content is visualized, the line between reality and imagination blurs. Some fans insisted Tamar wouldn't betray Toni. They said Tamar loves chaos but not disloyalty. They reminded everyone how protective Tamar can be of her family despite arguments. They said Tamar might flirt for attention, but she wouldn't cross the line with Birdman. Other fans said, Tamar loves spotlight more than boundaries. And that sentence alone kept the rumor alive. Meanwhile, Toni posted subtle quotes on Instagram, soft words about peace, about healing, about letting go. Were they about Birdman, about Tamar? About business, about life, unknown, but fans decided it was shade. Any post from Toni suddenly became reaction. Toni posts a song lyric, she's mad. She posts a glam photo, she's proving she's better. She posts silence, she's too angry to speak. The internet writes the script even when celebrities say nothing. Then people dragged Evelyn Braxton into the conversation. What did Mama Evelyn say? How is the family handling this? Did Trina or Towanda comment? It became Braxton Sister Battle Fan Theory Hour. Supporters imagined a family meeting. Evelyn saying, fix this mess. Towanda stirring her tea watching drama unfold. Trasai in heaven shaking her head laughing. Again, not reality, but perception, and perception trends. The rumor moved from gossip to public storyline. Bloggers recycled it. Reaction channels milked it. TikTok edits romanticized it. Birdman's name spiked in searches without him saying a word. Now the pressure sits like a storm cloud. If Toni addresses it, right arrow boom. If Tamar laughs about it, right arrow boom. If Birdman appears anywhere near Tamar again, right arrow hurricane. Because rumors don't fade alone. Rumors wait for spark number 2. And this situation is soaked in gasoline. Part 3 is where emotions sit heavy, where this rumor stops being entertainment and becomes something that could fracture a family if handled wrong. Because whether Tamar did anything or not, the perception that she might have is enough to create silent tension behind closed doors. And with the Braxtons, silence is never peace, it's pressure. Now imagine Toni's perspective. This isn't just sister drama, this is history. Birdman wasn't a fling, he was love, real love. She defended him publicly. She blushed when saying his name. She fought lupus while he stood beside her. When she was weak, he made her feel strong. That kind of bond doesn't evaporate, it sits like dust on memories. Quiet but present. So when Tamar's name suddenly circles Birdman, rumor or not, Toni would feel it in her chest. Not because she's insecure, but because she's human. Even the idea of your sister around a man you once loved, that hurts. Even if Tamar was innocent, intent doesn't matter, perception wounds. And the internet painted that perception vividly. Fans started writing Toni's emotions for her. She must feel betrayed. She must be embarrassed. She must be furious. Whether Toni feels any of that or not, the world believes she should, and that shapes narrative. People forget Toni is calm on camera, poised, elegant, but emotion runs deep beneath that softness. She's the oldest sister, the pillar, the voice of the family. She holds dignity like jewelry. A scandal involving the same man as her sister, that's not just gossip, that's legacy disruption. Then there's Tamar. Loud, bold, emotional, quick to clap back, but also sensitive, loyal, and misunderstood deeply. Tamar loves drama, yes, but she loves family louder. The idea that she would date Birdman might be a stretch, but Tamar's personality makes people believe she could do something impulsive, messy, headline-worthy. That's how rumors live, not because they're logical, but because they're thematically fitting. Now imagine Tamar seeing the internet drag her, the embarrassment, the frustration, the urge to respond, the urge to clear her name, the urge to go live, emotional, raw, ready to spill. Tamar plus hurt plus camera equals viral meltdown potential. She has snapped publicly before, she has cried online before, she has dragged family before. The internet is waiting for that moment, the first crack. Because if Tamar goes live saying, "Let me clear this up," it won't clear anything, it will inflame everything. People will chop her words, blogs will misquote. Clips will circulate even if she denies everything. A denial can trend just as hard as confirmation. Now think about Birdman, he is unbothered type, low emotion, minimal words, speak only when needed. If he posts nothing, rumor grows. If he posts anything, rumor explodes. If Birdman ever appears near Tamar, even in a picture with 5 other people, the internet will act like they kissed. That's how volatile this story is. And there's another angle, old feelings don't die, they settle. And sometimes rumors shake them awake. What if Toni still carries warmth for Birdman quietly? What if Tamar knows that? What if the rumor forces Toni to confront feelings she buried? Sisters fall out over far smaller things. Clothes, attitude, money, attention. Now add a man with history. This storyline writes itself. Fans already imagine confrontation. "Toni, why you talking to him?" Tamar, "Girl, it's not like that." Voices rise. Hands move, tears fall. Birdman stands confused like, "I ain't sign up for this." Even if none of this happened, the internet is playing it in their heads like a movie. And movies become memory faster than truth. Because the Braxtons are public family, reality TV family, drama family, so fans expect drama, even when drama is not real. This expectation keeps rumor breathing. Now here's where things get dangerous. Sibling tension can become real even if the rumor is fake. If Toni hears rumor enough times, she might start wondering, did Tamar cross a line? If Tamar hears rumor enough times, she might start thinking, so you'll really think I'd do that? Paranoia grows, misunderstanding forms, distance forms. One rumor can make sisters side-eye each other without reason. All it takes is one misinterpreted tone, one delayed call, one awkward silence, and boom, real fallout from unreal story. Imagine the family dinner now, tension in the air, no one mentions Birdman but everyone thinks it. Evelyn says, "Pass the salt," Tamar hands it too fast, Toni side-eyes, internet clips it as shade. Even their breathing becomes storyline content. That's how fragile celebrity family dynamics become under rumor pressure. And if Toni truly believed even 1% of the rumor, emotional eruption is possible. Not screaming publicly, Toni's anger is elegant. Sharp words behind doors, cold silence, sudden unfollow. Distance felt not spoken. Tamar would feel that, and Tamar does not handle coldness well. Coldness triggers explosion. That's why fans wait like audience before a fireworks show. Because if anyone reacts emotionally, it becomes national entertainment. If Tamar shades Toni, trending for days. If Toni throws classy shade back, trending for weeks. If Birdman responds, trending all month. We've seen family reality collapse before, Braxton's included. And this rumor sits like a fuse waiting for fire. Now we enter the final stage, where this rumor stops being something the internet watches and becomes something the Braxton family must eventually face. Whether behind the scenes or in front of the world, a story this loud doesn't fade quietly. It either dies with clarity or it explodes with confrontation. Let's break down the possible outcomes. We all know Tamar: emotional, passionate, loud when triggered, soft when hurt. One push from social media could send her live with full lashes, glass of wine, ring light on, saying, "Let me set this record straight." She denies, right arrow fans say she's lying. She laughs, right arrow fans say she's hiding. She cries, right arrow fans say she's guilty. She remains calm, right arrow fans say it's rehearsed. Tamar cannot win perception once narrative exists without proof backing her. One wrong tone, one slip, one joke, boom. Viral scandal reborn. But if she denies with confidence and shows love to Toni publicly, rumor might crack. Outcome 2, Toni addresses it. Toni doesn't do messy. She is the queen of calm, always composed. She could shut this entire rumor down with one sentence: Birdman was my past, my sister is my present. Simple, elegant, deadly to gossip. But Toni may also feel hurt that she even has to clarify something she never believed. She might decide silence is dignity, silence is class, silence is elevation, but silence also feeds rumors. If Toni posts a studio clip smiling too hard, right arrow, she's shading Tamar. If she posts a love song lyric, she's heartbroken about Birdman. If she posts nothing, right arrow, she's furious. Toni's calm can be interpreted as pressure, maturity, or passive anger, whichever the internet chooses that day. Outcome 3, Birdman reacts now. This would detonate the timeline. Birdman is unpredictable, cool demeanor, few words, strong presence. If he posts anything referencing respect, heartbreak, loyalty, boom. If he laughs at the rumor, boom. If he shows up with Tamar or Toni in public, super boom. Birdman has the power to turn rumor into war or wrap it in peace instantly. Imagine him posting, "Toni always my heart, Tamar my sister." Internet melts. Or imagine, "I don't owe nobody explanation." Chaos. One reaction from Birdman could define the storyline for months. Outcome 4, family meets privately. Most likely, the Braxtons may discuss behind cameras first. Toni's tone soft but firm, Tamar defensive but emotional, Towanda watching quietly sipping tea, Trina trying to mediate, Evelyn praying aloud in the corner, no shouting but tension heavy. If the rumor is false, Tamar might feel unfairly attacked. If Toni feels disrespected, wound deepens. If Birdman stays silent, confusion stretches. One emotional sentence could fix everything. Another could break it for years. Families fight hardest over love. Outcome 5, rumor fades until one post brings it back. Even if no one addresses it now, rumor will sleep, not die. All it needs is one old Birdman photo resurfacing. One fan seeing Toni walk past Tamar at an event. One shady lyric in a song. One deleted Instagram story. Blogs wait like wolves for crumbs. The dangerous part, rumors create real tension from imaginary events. Even if Tamar did nothing with Birdman, emotional perception can create real distance. Toni could wonder, Tamar could feel accused, Birdman could feel dragged. Fans could push narrative until someone breaks. Public pressure destroys private peace. We've seen it in families before. Drama becomes bigger than love. A rumor has power when it feels emotionally believable. It involves history, it includes exes, it involves sisters, it includes past heartbreak. This rumor checks every box. Could Toni forgive if rumor were true? Hypothetical. Sisters have healed after worse. But betrayal mixed with love triangle. Forgive, yes. Forget, never. Sisterhood is elastic, stretches, snaps, knots, but rarely breaks forever. Toni loves Tamar. Tamar loves Toni, but love doesn't erase pain, it survives it. Could Tamar clap back? Absolutely. She might refuse to be villain again, she might call out blogs, she might drag fans, she might shade Birdman, she might defend her name. Tamar hates being misunderstood, hates false accusations. One emotional night could spill everything. Her voice cracks, mascara runs, viewers screenshot, bloggers cut, TikTok remixes, viral. Could Birdman choose a side? If he chose Tamar, nuclear. If he chose Toni, emotional. If he chose silence, ongoing mystery. Birdman holds the chess piece that ends or restarts the game. Which sister fans will side with? Team Toni, loyalists, longtime supporters, elegance lovers. Team Tamar, chaos lovers, shade enjoyers, personality fans. A sister split would divide the internet like a music battle. People love choosing sides, not truth. This rumor might die or become storyline for months. All it needs is one interview, one podcast mention, one Braxton special episode, one studio reunion, one slip-up on live. The internet waits like audience holding popcorn. Because sometimes rumors don't need truth to explode, they just need a moment. And this moment feels close. So now I'm throwing this drama right back to you, because this conversation is too wild to end here. Do you believe Tamar crossed a line with Birdman, or is social media blowing smoke for entertainment? Was Toni really upset, or is the internet manufacturing a family war for clicks? And most importantly, if these rumors were ever proven true, what would that mean for the Braxton sisterhood going forward? Because betrayal between sisters hits different, especially when love and history sit in the middle. Drop your thoughts in the comments, no filter, I'm reading everything. And before you run off, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, because if Toni speaks, if Tamar claps back, or if Birdman even breathes near either one of them, we're coming right back to break it down. This story is not finished, stay tuned, tea is still brewing.